女士们、先生们，下面为您带来的是特色马术表演。首先进行的是耐力赛骑手的表演，为大家带来表演的分别是中国马术耐力赛领军人物、国家一级运动员、中国耐力赛队队长王志强先生，以及中国马术耐力赛新锐骑手、国家一级运动员唐焕。A leading figure in Chinese equestrian endurance racing, a national first-class athlete, and the captain of the Chinese endurance racing team, Wang Zhiqiang. And also a rising star rider in Chinese equestrian endurance races, and a national first-class athlete, Tang Huan. 马术运动具有不分性别、不设年龄、人马同场竞技的独特优势。耐力赛达标赛对人马技术要求并不算很高，参赛马种广泛，备受马术初学者和业余爱好者的青睐。耐力赛是一项团队运动，每一队人马组合背后都有一支专门的支持团队，后勤人员和团队兽医精心照顾赛道上的每一匹马儿，并在每程结束后的兽医检查和休息时间中进行护理，还包括比赛的最后一程以及赛程结束后的护理。Equestrian sports offer the unique advantage of being gender neutral, age agnostic, and allowing both rider and horses to compete together. While endurance races have relatively low technical requirements for riders and horses, and accommodate a wide range of horse breeds participants, making them highly favored by both beginners and amateurs in equestrianism. Endurance racing is a team sport, and behind each pair of rider and horse combination, here is a dedicated support team. Logistics staff and team veterinaries take meticulous care of every horse on the track at the very stage. Post-race veterinary checkups and care during breaks, as well as care during the final leg of the race and after the race ends. 感谢耐力赛骑手为我们带来的精彩展现。接下来将为大家继续展现的是我们的速度赛骑手。女士们、先生们，接下来为您带来表演的是中国著名骑师及优秀教师，内地第一位拥有国际骑师执照，并在4个不同国家取得职业赛事冠军的骑手秦勇，以及来自中国香港的2级侧骑员巴达尔，欢迎2位。Ladies and gentlemen, now let's welcome a renowned jockey and outstanding teacher in China. He's the first person on the Chinese mainland to hold at international jockey lessons. and has won professional championships in 4 different jurisdictions. Mr. Qin Yong, and also Mr. Ba Da from Hong Kong, China. Welcome. 速度赛马是比拼马体奔跑速度、骑手驾驭马体能力的一种竞技活动。比赛赛地通常是椭圆形的马道，赛道一周为1200米长，并以顺时针跑动。该项目通常分为90米、2000米、300、3200米以及5000米的距离赛事，并分为个人与团体赛。Speed horse racing is a competitive activity that compares the running speed of horses and the ability of riders to control horses. The competition venue is an oval race course. 女士们、先生们，接下来即将要为各位带来的是一个特别的表演。我们将有请非物质文化遗产云翼骑射技艺的第4代传承人、中国骑射运动员、中国马术中2级骑手胡同宇为我们带来精彩的骑射表演。有请。Now let's welcome the 4th generation inheritor of the intangible cultural heritage of Yunyi horseback archery, a Chinese horseback archery athlete, and a second-level equestrian rider in China to perform fun. 中国立射是沿用中国古代骑射常见的一种骑射典型的作战方式，实步射脸作为参考，通过分别射击3个大小的地靶来还原古代骑射射击敌人腹部、上胸和脸的3个位置。The performance project, Chinese horse shooting, takes the typical combat method of ancient Chinese mounted archery, 10-step base shooting, as a reference. 女士们、先生们，我们再一次把热烈的掌声献给骑射骑手吴同宇，感谢他为我们带来的精彩表演。女士们、先生们，接下来一场更为震撼的马术表演即将上演，欢迎来到 The Pony Club 为我们呈现的 Polo Cross 激情赛场。An even more stunning equestrian performance is about to take place. Welcome to the electrifying arena of the Pony Club Polo Cross. 大 大家准备好见证力量、速度与智慧的精彩碰撞了吗？3v3的团队对决，前锋、中锋、后卫分工协作，演绎高速运球与精准射门。The 3 vs 3 showdown, forwards, midfielders, and defenders clash in the fusion of Polo power and lacrosse tactic. 广东马球的真正魅力在于它堪称马背上的交响乐，看那马背上的博弈，每一次触球都是智慧与勇气的双重奏。The true magic of polo cross lies in its symphony of horseback. When it's the dance of strategy and grace, every touch of the ball is mixed of intellect and courage, a testament to the artistry of horse and rider. 好的，让我们再一次把热烈的掌声献给各位马球的运动员为我们带来的精彩演绎，感谢各位的表演。女士们、先生们，接下来我们将再一次荣幸地有请到北京市马术运动协会会长刘诗来先生来到我们的舞台，为我们宣布赛事的开幕。Ladies and gentlemen, now let's give them a round of applause to welcome Mr. Liu Shilai, President of Beijing Turf and Equestrian Association, to announce the opening. 掌声献给刘诗来先生，有请。
我宣布，浪琴表国际马联场地障碍世界杯中国联赛开幕。
感谢刘诗来会长。女士们、先生们，接下依照惯例，我们将进行庄严的升旗仪式，请全体起立，脱帽行注目礼，奏 中华人民共和国国歌。Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up for the national anthem of the People's Republic of China. 礼毕，请就坐。Please take your seat。女士们、先生们，祝愿各位来宾能够在天星调教马术，享受以马为友的新生活方式，度过一段亲近自然的惬意时光。感谢大家。即将为大家带来的是第2个比赛日的最高级别比赛140级别大奖赛资格赛。在此预祝各位骑手人马平安，再创佳绩。
Beijing Turf Equestrian Association, Equidius and Zhongma Equidius. The event is co-organized by the Beijing Chaoyang Municipal Bureau of Sports and the People's Government of Cuigezhuang County, Chaoyang District. Operated by the Zhongma Equidius, this marks the first leg of the 2025 Longines FEI Jumping World Cup China League. 女士们、先生们，140级别浪琴表世界杯资格赛将在稍后进行。敬请期待。
女士们、先生们，即将为您带来的就是第2个比赛日最高级别比赛大奖赛资格赛的争夺。在比赛正式开始之前，我们再一次感谢与马术运动100年结缘的全球顶级品牌浪琴表，以冠名赞助商、冠名合作伙伴、官方计时及数据处理运营商、官方指定腕表的多重身份，鼎力支持本次赛事，以精准计时见证每一秒的荣耀绽放。Also, thanks to our title partner, official time taker, and also official watch, Longines. 浪琴表国际马联场地障碍世界杯中国联赛北京站期间，浪琴表特别呈现康卡斯系列跃动腕表。这款直径42毫米的计时腕表，配备香槟金色太阳纹表盘，并搭载浪琴表专属自动上链机芯，融合优雅风格与精准的卓越性能。康卡斯系列跃动腕表提供多种颜色、款式及尺寸可选，轻松适配多重生活场景。展现浪琴表致力于打造经典日常实际的坚定承诺。At the Longines FEI Jumping World Cup China League in Beijing, the Swiss watch brand Longines is proud to present a unique watch from the Conquest collection. This 42mm chronograph version with the Sunray champagne dial is powered by an exclusive Longines self-winding mechanical movement. With its balanced blend of sporty elegance and robustness, the Conquest line demonstrates Longines' commitment to creating watches for all aspects of life. 在140级别比赛正式开始之前，再次为各位介绍本场比赛的路线以及比赛规则。140级别的比赛为大奖赛的资格赛，在今天的比赛当中，各位骑手将悉数登场。我们的路线是来自国际马联的4级路线设计师，来自瑞士的 Jockey 先生为骑手设计。今天的比赛路线总长度为470米，包含12道障碍。其中包括了4AB 的单接双组合障碍，以及7ABC 的双接单接单的3连条组合障碍。对于马匹来讲，共计15条。行进速度设定350米每分钟，因此路线的允许时间为81秒。骑手若行进时间超过81秒钟，则每1秒将有1分的时间罚分产生，不足1秒的按照1秒计算。若出现马匹打落横杆或是马匹拒跳的情况，每次将会产生4分的障碍罚分。最终障碍罚分与时间罚分相加，罚分越少的骑手排名越靠前。罚分相同的情况下，行进时间短者获胜。1.4 meter is qualifier for World Cup, and the speed is set at 315 meters per minute, with the length at 470 meters. Total 12 obstacles, including 2 combination fence, that's 4AB and vertical plus an oxer, and also 7ABC, a triple combination, which is an oxer plus 2 verticals. So it is 15 jumping efforts, with a time allot of 81 seconds. 1 fence down or 1 refusal will lead to 4 jumping penalties. And if the finishing time is more than time allot 81 seconds, 1 second will also be leading to 1 time penalty. Less total penalties means higher ranking, and if the riders have got the same penalties, then the quicker will be the better. 再次提醒现场的观众朋友们，在观赛的全程，请您尽量保持安静，不要在比赛的过程当中在场地的围栏附近跑动或者发出大声的喊叫，也请您避免将您肢体的摄影设备深入到我们的围栏内，避免惊吓到马匹。由于马儿是很胆小而敏感的动物，也请您在观赛的全程不要撑开雨伞或挥舞旗帜。马术比赛全程禁止使用闪光灯进行拍照。再一次感谢各位的配合，我们也欢迎您将热烈的掌声献给每一位骑手，在他们完成比赛之后。Ladies and gentlemen, please do not shout or run around the arena in case you scare the horses. Also, flash photography is strictly forbidden during the whole competition. Please do not wave the flags or open your umbrella in case you scare the horses. You may give them a round of applause after he or she has finished this round. 140级别浪琴表世界杯资格赛的比赛将于2点50分正式开始。提醒场地内的各位骑手，我们的比赛将在10分钟后正式开始。We kindly remind all the riders in the warm-up arena, 1.4 meter qualifier for World Cup will be start in around 10 minutes. Please take your time to warm up and get ready for the competition.
I'm from May, you're from Y, perfect strangers in the night. Here we are, come together, to the world we'll testify. Our hearts alive, firestorm, but when they strike, feel the love, sparks will fly, they ignite our bones, and when they strike, we light up the world.
女士们、先生们，在等待比赛开始前的这段时光，请您将目光投向我们的场地。接下来为大家介绍一下本场比赛骑手需要通过的路线。那么，在每场比赛开始之前，骑手有一定的时间来到场地内查看路线，并熟悉今天的比赛路线。通常来讲，骑手也会用他们的步伐丈量关系障碍或者是组合障碍之间的距离。那么大多数情况下，人的4步相当于来讲是马儿的1步，而不同的马儿它的步伐大小也有所不同，所以在走路线的这个过程当中，骑手就已经为自己稍后的作战和马儿的配合做好了准备以及计划。今天呢，我们的骑手将从1号障碍，也是紫色的 FEI 障碍处开始他们的比赛。1号障碍为单横木障碍，而在跨越1号障碍之后，我们的骑手需要前进入到2号障碍，也是在我们的场地中央非常精致的这一道蓝色马头的障碍。这也是我们骑手需要挑战的首个双横木的障碍。双横木通常对于马匹来讲，它的考验不仅仅在于障碍的高度，也在于障碍的宽度。骑手和马儿配合需要精准的掌握起跳点，并完成跳跃。左回转进入到3阶4AB 的这一条线，3号障碍是场地内蓝白相间的，也是位于看台前方的这一道单横木障碍，而3阶4AB 则是关系障碍再接组合障碍的一道难题。第一组组合障碍呢，就是位于我们观众席前方的4AB 单横木接双横木的马蹄铁形式的障碍。这道障碍的颜色是红、蓝、白相间的。那么，由于我们的障碍也是非常的靠近我们的观众席看台，我们也再一次提醒观众朋友们，在提手跳跃这道组合障碍的时候，可以尽量的保持安静，避免在此时吸引马儿的注意力，以影响马儿的一个跳跃。因为本身来讲，这条线就是非常具有挑战的一组障碍。在4AB 的组合障碍单接双完成之后，我们的马儿左回转进入到5阶6的这样的障碍。5号障碍是场地内深蓝色和白色相间的双横木障碍，而6号障碍则是位于大屏幕前方的这一套北京马鞋的障碍。有的时候，骑手在面对一些冲着大门口或者是冲着屏幕的障碍时，也会有一些小小的干扰。这个时候呢，我们骑手也可能会给马儿提醒。在完成6号障碍之后，骑手需要右回转，也是通过我们的入口处的前方进行回转。紧接着需要完成的是7ABC 的组合障碍，也是今天路线当中唯一一道3连跳的组合障碍。位于场地内靠近 VIP 看台前方的红白相间的障碍。7A 障碍为双横木，而7B 接 C 都是单横木的障碍跳跃。紧接着与之相连的就是今天场地内造型非常别致的这道利物浦障碍。这道利物浦障碍的造型也是有点像我们看到的那种灌木丛的一个形式，不知道对于马儿来讲，这是不是也是一道非常新鲜的障碍？右回转会进入到这道绿红相间的单横木，而紧接着我们的骑手就要来到他们的最后一条线了。10号障碍是今天路线当中的一道是一道3横木的障碍，这道障碍也是我们的浪琴表障碍。在10号障碍完成之后，我们的11号障碍也是中国马术协会的橙色障碍，会与之相连，也是说10和11号障碍当中也是属于一个关系障碍。骑手在刚刚走路线的时候已经丈量好了2个障碍之间的一个步伐，稍后会和他们的马儿进行一个精准配合。而最后一道障碍在我们的场地内也是非常具有特色的浪琴表双横木障碍。在骑手穿过 finish 终点感应线之后，我们的计时方会停止，得到骑手最终的完赛时间。每一队人马组合进入到场地内之后，我们裁判会摇铃示意比赛开始。这个时候，大屏幕上会显示出一个45秒钟的倒计时，骑手需要在45秒钟的倒计时结束前穿越 start 起点感应线，并开始比赛。而在结束的终点处，我们的骑手也需要再次穿越 finish 终点感应线，并完成比赛。在比赛当中，如果马体出现了2次不服从，亦或是出现骑手落马、路线错误等等情况，骑手也将被淘汰。Ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to Longines FEI Jumping World Cup China League Beijing. 1.4 meter qualifier for World Cup will be started soon. To the 12 obstacles, including 15 jumping efforts, because today we've got 4 AB and also 7 ABC as the combination fence. Total 15 efforts for the horses, starting from fence number 1, the purple FEI vertical, getting directly to the second fence, which is the nice decorated blue horse hat fence. And that is an oxer. Left turn to the line in front of our audiences. Blue vertical plus the first combination 4AB, which is the shape of horseshoes. Left turn directly getting into fence number 5. It is colored in blue and white. And number 6 is a BTEA fence. Right turn getting directly to 7ABC, the second combination, and also the only triple combination in today's show. 7ABC, the red and white fence. 1 oxer plus 2 verticals, getting directly to the nicely decorated Liverpool. And right turn getting to fence number 9. It is the green and red vertical. The last one will be 10, 11, and 12. Fence number 10 is a triple bar, the Longines bar. And fence number 11 is a Chinese Equestrian Association vertical. Getting directly to the last fence, we could see the Longines watch on it, and that's fence number 12. The time allowed again is 81 seconds for the riders. We wish all the riders a very, very good luck. 在赛事正式开始之前，再一次为您介绍本场比赛的各位技术官员。Now let me introduce the technical officials for 1.4 meter Longines FEI World Cup Qualifier. 赛事裁判长是来自中国的国际马联3级裁判沈晓月女士。President of Ground Jury, FEI Level 3 Judge, Miss 沈晓月 from China. 赛事外籍裁判。国际马联4级裁判，同样也是杭州亚运会场地障碍项目的裁判长，来自日本的平山一哉先生。Our foreign judge, FEI Level 4 judge from Japan, also the ground jury president back to Hangzhou Asian Games, Mr. Kazuya Hirayama from Japan. 赛事监管长是来自中国香港的国际马联3级赛事监管李满华先生。Our chief steward from Hong Kong, China, FEI Level 3 steward, Mr. Johnny Moonwally. 赛事路线设计师则是来自瑞士的国际马联4级路线师设计师 Jockey 勒沙先生。Course designer, FEI Level 4 course designer, Mr. Jockey 勒沙。兽医代表是来自中国的 FEI 官方兽医姚从斌博士 ，Veterinary Delegate Dr. 姚从斌 from China。
140级别浪琴表世界杯资格赛。
Good afternoon. It's my pleasure to commentate for the first leg of the CSI Longines FEI World Cup China League in Beijing. We are starting off this first leg with a competition against the clock, 1 round. This course designer today is Gerald Lasha, and the time allowed is 81 seconds for this 1 meter 40 speed class. We have our first rider in the ring to start us off. Rider representing China, Qingjia Zhang, riding a 10-year-old stallion, Philemon Van T&L. Again, this is a competition against the clock, so we're going to see our riders wanting to be efficient around our course, take some inside turns, take some short approaches. Every stride is about approximately 1 second on the clock, so you'll see our riders be quite efficient around the ring. Great effort there over number 2. We have the outside line, vertical, 4 strides to a combination. Out over the oxer. Then there's an option of an inside turn here. It was taken to a narrow oxer. It's quite a narrow oxer. Approximately 7 strides to the vertical. Now we're heading to the triple combination. Oxer to a vertical to a vertical. Fortunately, we had B and C option down. Easily over the Liverpool. Quite a quick turn back here to the right. Burgundy and green vertical. And now we're going to be heading up the outside of the arena, a triple bar, This is a very, very steady 5 strides or a continuing 4 like we just saw. And then up and over our final Longines signature oxer, unfortunately having the front rail down of the oxer. So it looks like we had 3 fences down, so that's 12 jumping penalties.
The next rider, also team gold medalist for national championships.
Our next rider to compete in this meter 40 against the clock is Jockey representing China on an 11-year-old gelding named Jack. You can see Jack is wearing a net on his nose. We have a lot of pollen in the air this afternoon, so this is going to allow Jack to have an easier time dealing with the pollen today. Great over the first FEI fence. Heading to that outside line. 4 stride. Oh, unfortunately a little deep. We had the vertical down, but excellent through the combination. Rider decides to go around, not to do the inside turn. Beautiful effort over the vertical. Now heading into the triple combination. It's quite tight from A to B. Very nicely ridden. Now to the Liverpool. Fortunately, a little close to that front rail of the oxer. We had that down. Now a sweeping turn back to the right. It's burgundy and green vertical. Nice effort there. And heading up the final line, triple bar. 5 collected strides to the vertical. Up and over our final oxer, unfortunately touching the front rail of the final oxer. With a time of 86.01 with 18 jumping penalties. So our next rider joining us, third on the start list, is a young rider representing China, Ella Wang. She'll be riding her 9-year-old mare named Barcelona. On her way to the first fence. Beautiful effort to start off. Easily through that outside line. This horse has a great jumping technique, tight and tidy with the front end. Nice follow through and power with the hind legs. So far putting in a great round. Now to the triple combination. Easily over A, B, small rub at B, no worries. Excellent jump over the oxer. Rider getting reorganized here through the turn. Beautiful. This is a lovely combination of rider and horse together. Easily over the triple bar. Putting together a great round here. Oh, congratulations. What a wonderful ride. A time of 67.60 with no penalties. That's a clean round. currently ranked in first place. Congratulations, Ella.
Again, the first clear round. Congratulations to Barcelona and Ella.
Now we'd like to invite our international rider, Lorenzo Argentano, visiting us from Italy. Lorenzo is an accomplished show jumper with a growing reputation on the international show jumping circuit. He was first in the Grand Prix at the 2022 Grand Prix de Bolden in the Netherlands. Today, Lorenzo is riding a borrowed horse, an 8-year-old stallion named Conahor Power. Heading to the first fence. Well judged there to move up a little bit to the oxer. The outside line, quite a quiet 4-stride. Unfortunately, had the vertical down going into the combination. As I was saying, that 4-stride is quite tight. Excellent effort over the oxer. Good, well ridden there to get that horse's attention back. Now we're heading to 7A, B, and C. Beautifully ridden. Wonderful effort by that stallion over the Liverpool. Right to the base of the triple bar. Now steadying for 5. Beautifully piloted. You can see that Lorenzo is really giving this horse a great confident ride. Excellent, wonderful. 4 false with a time of 75.48. That's 4 jumping penalties, a time of 75.48. Now we're excited to have Lars Vollmer, representing Germany, be part of this competition. Lars is a renowned German show jumper rider, recognized for his consistent placements in German and European Grand Prix. He's recognized for developing young horses into world-class show jumpers. Today he's riding a borrowed horse, a 10-year-old stallion, Dutch warmblood, named Cappuccino. Again, today we're watching the meter 40 competition against the clock. Easily through fence 1 and 2. Again, this is a steady 4. Perfectly ridden. Moving up to that narrow oxer. He's carrying a great pace here. Strong ride into the triple. Unfortunately, had the C element down, the vertical. Easily over that vertical. Now heading to the outside line, the triple bar. You can really collect in 5 strides. Lovely. And now the last Longines oxer. Wonderful ride. 4 penalties and a time of 63.90.
The last one fence found runs up at the clock age. 4 jump penalties in time 63.90. It is now Ella taking the lead. The only 2 round rider so far. Now the contract rider jumps down with the distance, then drop and hang.
Next in the arena, representing China, Ziyang Zhang, riding the 16-year-old mare, Jockey van Dorfefede. horse has a huge jump off the ground. Oh, he went inside. Unfortunately, got a little bit too deep to the skinny oxer out of that inside turn. Forced the rail to come down, heading to the triple combination. Beautifully ridden there, excellent effort. The last vertical out of that triple. Quite an active horse, and this rider does a lovely job to not interfere. Big effort over the triple bar. Quiet and steady. Oh, wonderful over that vertical. The last oxer to go. It's very square. Beautiful ride. So the time is 66.84 with 4 jumping penalties. Now entering the arena, 7th on our list, is our German rider, Katharina von Essen. Katharina is a very competitive rider on the European show jumping circuit. She was victorious in the Grand Prix in 2024 in Leclerc Reitertage on her mare. It was a career highlight for her. Today she's riding a borrowed horse, an 11-year-old stallion, Dutch warm blood, named Kensington. Got a great gallop to start off with. Easily over number 2, carrying good pace. Unfortunately, a little crooked jumping into the combination. Had A down, the vertical. Good, well ridden there. The horse got a little crooked. Katharina did a beautiful job getting the two of them straight. Triple combination. The B element down in the triple combination. Strong ride to the Liverpool. Now we have this sweeping turn to the right, back to the burgundy and green vertical. Lovely, great effort there. And now the outside line. Great over the triple bar. And now heading for that final Longines oxer. Wonderful. That horse jumped better and better as it went around the arena through the guidance of Katharina. So we have a time of 74.61 with 8 jumping penalties.
Representing China, ready, battle.
Our next rider in the show jumping arena, representing China, is Louise Dong, riding 15-year-old stallion named Filong. Rider's giving his horse the opportunity to just take in the arena before they get started. All right, off we go, heading to the FEI vertical. Very good effort over number 2. Unfortunately, we had fence number 3 down, got a little tight, a little deep to that vertical. Now heading to the triple combination. A, B, C. Very well ridden. Huge effort over the Liverpool. All right, and now we're coming to the outside line. We have this wide triple bar out of the corner. Oh, a little bit too far away. Had the back rail down, unfortunately. And now, very nice ride to finish up to that last oxer. So we have a time of 83:29 with 11 penalties. Time and faults, jumping faults combined.
It is Matthew L1 taking the lead in a time of 67.60. Here we have Chinese rider, also Olympic rider for 2008. Danny Zhao ready to do also.
Now to compete in this meter 40 competition against the clock. Olympic rider Daniel Zhao riding for China. A 16-year-old mare, Belgian-bred Danade Don Hassot. Good, lovely ride from 1 to 2. Beautifully ridden from the 4 stride through the combination to the narrow oxer. Nicely just moved up to the perfect distance there to catch the vertical. Now we're heading to the triple combination. Good, horse came back to the rider nicely for those pair of verticals. Unfortunately, had the front rail down of the Liverpool. Good, great effort there over the vertical. Now on our way to the outside line. Back rail the triple bar down, but then reorganized well for the vertical, and now heading to the last fence. Huge effort over the last fence. So we finished with a time of 75.36 with 8 jumping penalties.
It is a 17-year-old stallion with a bunch of
13th rider on the start list here. Oh, 10th rider, excuse me, on the start list here. Riding for China. We have Miradili riding a 17-year-old stallion named Chectino. Oh, unfortunately, a bit of a disobedience heading to the first fence. It looks like we might have the same problem here. Unfortunately, these 2 refusals at the first fence will cause an elimination. Rider has retired.
第一位的王玉静和他的Barcelona 8分67秒60。Welcome again to Longines FEI.
So far, our leader is Ella Wang on Barcelona with a time of 67.60 with 0 penalties. That's our time to beat. Now entering the arena, representing China, we have Enzi Huang riding an 11-year-old gelding Dutch warm blood named Joel. Great effort at the first fence. Excellent way to start this course. Steady force stride. Light rub at A and B, but they stayed in the cups. Good, nicely ridden through that line. Rider just reorganizing his rein length, heading into the triple combination, easily in A. Good, very well ridden. Now heading to the Liverpool. Great. Oh, unfortunately our rider has just turned the wrong direction. He's turned to the left where he needs to turn to the right. Oh, we've accidentally missed fence number 9. He's really working on a lovely course. That's unfortunate. We've gone off course. Unfortunate, that's an elimination.
Coming next, representing China, ready, Mass Rolfs.
Our next rider to compete in this meter 40 competition against the clock, representing China, Chen Yu Wang, on a 9-year-old gelding named Mr. Betts. Horse and rider taking a look at the course, and they're on their way. I was able to watch this horse yesterday in the warm-up friendly class and just astonished by the power created out of this horse's hind leg. Watch and enjoy. 4 strides here. Unfortunately got a little lost in 4 strides. Had the combination down at A and B. Very well ridden there. We're heading into the triple combination. Ox are down, front rail of the ox are down, coming into the triple, and then the front rail of the ox are down at the Liverpool at fence number 8. Good, nicely ridden to fence number 9. Now let's see the triple bar. Oh no, oh. Well, thankfully our horse and rider are up.
I'm afraid it will be an elimination for them because that's all of the horse. 我们的选手在落马之后也是第一时间先入了
Looks like they're both okay. Look at that rider. looking after his horse, thanking his horse. Fortunate fall there, which will eliminate them from today's competition. But I'm happy and thankful to see that they're both up and looking great. Well, the next rider in our show jumping competition today at 1.40 m, competition against the clock, is a legendary British show jumper and one of the greatest riders in equestrian history, Mr. John Whitaker. John Whitaker joining us from Great Britain. As I was saying, this is one of a legendary British show jumper and truly one of the greatest riders in equestrian history. Top honors include Team Silver Medal at the 1984 Los Angeles Olympic Games, Team Individual Gold at the 1989 European Championships, and Team Gold at the World Equestrian Games in 1990. Today he's riding a borrowed horse, a 7-year-old stallion named New Style HW. I had the opportunity to watch Mr. Whitaker ride this horse yesterday, and the horsemanship that I saw, he took his time. He spent a lot of time working on this horse's flat work, getting him supple. The horse is young and a little uneducated. Good, great ride there. Wonderful effort. Boxer. Easily over that vertical. And now we're heading for the triple combination. Unfortunately, we had the C element down, the vertical down, but a huge effort at the Liverpool. And now heading to the outside line with the triple bar. Gorgeous, quiet, steady 5-stride. You can see how quiet Mr. Whitaker is in the saddle. Great ride to finish. The time of 85.14 with 13 jumping and time penalties.
Standing onto the podium in yesterday's competition, here we have Chinese rider Wang Boyang in the arena. The horse name is Olivia Van on the road. Good luck for them.
Our next rider to compete in this 1.40 m class, representing China, Boyang Wang, riding the 12-year-old mare, a Zhangshide bred horse named Olivia Van Het Goldenrode Z. Fortunately, we had the first fence down, vertical down. Oh, huge effort over fence number 2. Lovely ride from the 4-stride to the combination. This young rider is very quiet in the saddle. Allows horse to use its body well, use the front end well, use the hind end well. Good entry into the triple. Perfect. Unfortunately, had the front rail down at the Liverpool. Heading to fence number 9. And now preparing for this outside line. Wide triple bar, 5 very steady strides to the vertical. Rubbed it, but it stayed in the cups. Oh, a little close to the last fence, but the horse really gave it a great effort. Time of 79.41 with 8 jumping penalties.
Chinese rider Cody Delton coming next with his 13-year-old mare horse named Anthony.
The next rider to compete, riding and representing for China, Yingzhangjin Kong, on a 13-year-old bay mare named An Thi. Going over his course plan. There we go. And we're off, heading to the first fence. Ooh, great effort there. Fence number 2. Collected in 4. Great in and out of that combination. This mare has a lovely expression. Ears are up. She's bright and alert. Really paying attention to her rider. Into the triple combination. Fortunately, we had A down, the oxer into the triple down. Just got a little deep and a little bit too close to the oxer. Unfortunately, our rider has turned to the left and not to the right and has missed fence number 9 and unfortunately has gone off course. It's now our second rider to have turned to the left and not to the right today. Unfortunately, this combination is eliminated.
Chinese rider and also rider for 1998, here we have Jockey.
Our 16th rider on the start list, representing China, this is Ru Zhang, on a 13-year-old gelding, Zhangshide bred, named Lighting EBZ. Easy effort over fence number 1. Ooh, great scope and power over 2. It's the second time now we've seen the horse spook at the crowd, just sitting along the fence line there. The rider did a great job getting his horse's attention back. And now heading towards the triple combination, down the quarter line of the arena. Very well done. Again, the rider did a very good job getting his horse's attention back, kind of lost it on the approach to the Liverpool. He gave him great cues to get him looking forward and moving forward. Easily over the vertical. Strong. Now we have to balance. Yes. All right, one fence to go, working on a clean round. And we've done it. Clean round. In a time of 79.81. It's currently sitting in second place, ranked second. Lovely ride. Beautiful efforts from this horse.
Chinese rider Yang Jiang coming next. Ready, Leo.
All right, our next rider in the show jumping arena to navigate around this meter 40 competition against the clock is a rider representing China, Yongquang Yang, riding an 11-year-old gelding named Neon. Ooh, big effort over number 2. Rider lost the balance a little bit with such a big effort from the horse underneath. Good, well ridden. Again, you can see the horse lost their attention a little bit looking at the crowd. Rider did a great job to get the horse straight. Easily through that bending line. Now heading to the triple combination. Boxer, vertical, vertical. Well done. And now to the Liverpool. So far putting a great round in. Oh, I shouldn't have said anything. Jinxed that a little bit. Unfortunately, had the vertical down. Big triple bar. 4 strides. Vertical. And now heading to the last fence. Fortunately, had the front rail down. The last fence at the last oxer. A time of 74.37 with 8 jumping penalties.
Coming next, representing China with his 9-year-old Henry Lota.
Our next rider to compete, representing China, Wu Hongzhu, riding a 9-year-old mare by, it was a Dutch warmblood, by a well-known stallion named Harley, out of a Voltaire mare. This mare is named Lolita. Good. Very nice way to start. Great way to establish an even rhythm for the course. Good. Beautifully ridden. Great effort at the skinny oxer. Heading towards our triple combination. Got a slight rub at B and C, but stayed up. Excellent effort over the Liverpool. Now the sweeping turn to the right. Good. Measuring to the triple bar. Oh, very well ridden. One more to go. Oh, great ride. Congratulations. Clean round. In a time of 74.77, currently ranked in second place. A great ride. Beautiful clean round.
有请的主客名 next ready 旺福 representing China.
怎么没有零分音乐？有，同意了。为什么不大点的？我大这个一定要叭推出来。好好。
Next rider in the show jumping arena, representing China, Qiletu Chenhe, riding an 11-year-old gelding named Gioletto. Carrying good pace here, covering a lot of ground. That is tight in that four stride. Unfortunately, we had A and B element down. Heading into the triple combination, balanced here. Unfortunately, we had A, B, and C down of the triple combination. Great recovery for the oxer. Good. Now we want to rebalance and reorganize a little bit to get to the base of this triple bar. 5 comes up very quickly. The vertical down. And now heading to the last fence. A little misplacement to the last fence there, a little bit too deep. The front rail of the oxer down. We have a time of 80.15 with 28 jumping penalties.
The last rider before the grounding hang 3, Chinese rider Satien, ready, Gallimore.
Now to join us in this meter 40 FEI competition against the clock, representing China, Chan Zhai, riding a 13-year-old gelding named Gallimore. Going over her course, she has her plan. Picked up her gallop and heading to the first fence. Beautiful effort over that oxer. This horse has an easy way of going, covers a lot of ground. A little bit too close to that vertical in that collected four stride. Had the vertical down. Great effort there. Good. Now with this big horse, you want to be a little collected jumping in. Oh yes, what an effort at A. That was very well ridden. Huge effort over the Liverpool. This horse has a lot of scope, a lot of power. Now heading to the outside line, triple bar ahead. Really balanced here. Yes, very well ridden. Great on the measuring. One more fence to go. Unfortunately, we had the last fence down, the front rail of the oxer. With 15 penalties. A time of 87.45.
女士们、先生们，上半场的比赛到此就全部结束了，稍许我们将休息10分钟进行场地的调整。Now we will take a short break for ground maintenance. 在上半场的比赛之中， 暂列前3位。目前暂列第3位的是中国骑手张睿和他的 Longines FEI 79秒81的发分。暂列第2位的是周瑞红和他的 Longines 74秒77。目前暂列第1位的仍然是来自中国的年轻骑手王一静和他的 Barcelona。我们也期待着后半场比赛骑手给我们带来更多的惊喜。3 clear runs so far, taking the first 3 places so far. Now the 3rd place is John Ray with likely using 79.81. Currently the 2nd place goes to John Ray Hong 74.07 and the current leader is Wang Yijing 67.60. 女士们、先生们，再次欢迎您来到2025浪琴表国际马联场地障碍世界杯中国联赛。Ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to Longines FEI Jumping World Cup。与马术运动100年结缘的全球顶级品牌浪琴表，以冠名赞助商冠名。阳纹表盘，并搭载浪琴表专属自动上链机械机芯，融合运动优雅风格和精准卓越性能。康卡斯系列悦动腕表，提供多重颜色、款式及尺寸可选，轻松适配多重生活场景，展现浪琴表致力于打造经典、日常实际的坚定承诺。Thanks to our title partner, official timekeeper, and official watch, Longines, for the support of Longines FEI Jumping World Cup China League, Beijing. At the Longines FEI Jumping World Cup China League in Beijing, the Swiss watch brand Longines is proud to present a unique watch from its Conquest collection. This 42mm chronograph version with a sunray champagne dial is powered by an exclusive Longines self-winding mechanical movement. With its balanced blend of sporty elegance and robustness, the Conquest line demonstrates Longines' commitment to creating watches for all aspects of life. 2025浪琴表国际马联场地障碍世界杯中国联赛北京站由国际马术联合会、中国马术协会、北京市体育局主办，北京市马术运动协会、天星漂亮马术、中马天星国际赛事联合承办，北京市朝阳区体育局、北京市朝阳区崔克庄乡人民政府协办，中马天星国际赛事运营，是2025浪琴表国际马联场地障碍世界杯中国联赛的揭幕之战。The 2025 Longines FEI Jumping World Cup China League Beijing is hosted by the Federation Equestrian International, the Chinese Equestrian Association, and the Beijing Municipal Bureau of Sports, organized jointly by the Beijing Turf and Equestrian Association, Equestrian, and Zhongma Equestrian. The event is co-organized by the Beijing Chaoyang Municipal Bureau of Sports and the People's Government of Zhejiang County, Chaoyang District, operated by Zhongma Equestrian. This marks the first leg of the 2025 Longines FEI Jumping World Cup China League.
sound running over me, lost in a state of loneliness. As the faces of every child busy street, every light's on me. I can't sleep, I can't eat. Piercing sound running over me, lost in a state of loneliness.
场地平整过后，首先登场的是来自中国的棋手赵建平，侧骑 Ever So Clever Blue。
Now we welcome Jockey for China on Ever So Clever Blue without product.
We're back to our competition against the clock, our meter 40. We have next in the arena, representing China, Jintang Shao, riding a 16-year-old gelding named Ever So Clever Blue, Dutch warm blood, sired by the famous Mr. Blue. Carrying some very good pace from 1 to 2. You can see this rider is thinking about being quick on the clock. Easily through that 4-stride to combination. Cool. Oh, a little bit of a disobedience there from the horse. Stop moving forward off the rider's leg. Second attempt. Back to number, still unfortunately a disobedient. We started off forward, look great, and just not their day today. It's an unfortunate elimination for those 2 refusals.
Now we have coming from China with this 10-year-old gelding named Beijing. Good luck.
Next to compete in this meter 40 against the clock, representing China, Abuxi Rathnachenka, also known as Luhu, riding a 10-year-old gelding named Dalian BZ. our way to the first fence. Coming to our 4-stride here to combination. Nicely ridden in. Great ride out. Very good effort from the horse there, jumping out over the oxer. Just reorganizing there, asking the horse to come back, pulling through the reins a little bit, coming to our triple combination. Unfortunately, we had A element, the oxer down into that triple, easily clearing fence number 8 with the Liverpool. And the right turn back here, the sweeping turn back to this vertical. Big effort there. Good, heading up the outside line. Triple bar. The vertical. Unfortunately, we had the back rail of that triple bar down, left just a little bit too far away to make the width. But a great ride to finish over the oxer. We have a time of 89.36 with 17 penalties. Our next rider to join us, sitting 23rd in the posted order, representing China. Delhi is riding a 9-year-old gelding named Limited Edition K. Beautiful jump at number 2. Oh, very nicely adjustable through that outside line. Oh, unfortunately a little bit crooked off the ground there. Horse drifted to the right. We had the top rail of that vertical down. A little strong in the bridle. We had A and B down of the triple combination. Riders working, getting reorganized here, getting a little bit more rideability. Good. Great effort over that vertical. Now, with the triple bar. Steady 5-stride. Oh, wonderful effort there. Beautiful jump. And finishes up very, very nicely. A time of 81.99 with 13 jumping and time penalties.
Coming from Hong Kong, China. You're ready to do squat TNL. It is a 9-year-old grade horse. We say good luck for that.
Our next rider to contend for top placings in this meter competition against the clock, competing for Hong Kong, China, is Yi Shen, riding a 9-year-old gelding, Zangerscheid bred, named Dos Fun TNLZ. Oh, lovely way to start for this young rider. Oh, very good. She was really thoughtful about keeping her horse off that vertical, jumping into the combination. Good track line there. Heading to the triple combination. Fortunately, just a little bit too close to jump into the A element. We had that down. Great recovery, very good ride to the Liverpool. All right, now we need to get reorganized. Power to the base. The triple bar. A little bit too far off the base. We're running into a few problems here. Rider needs to get reorganized. Good, but finished off well. We had a time of 78.22 with 12 jumping penalties.
女士们、先生们，再次欢迎来到我们本场比赛的现场。在为您带来的是 Jockey FEI 世界杯资格赛比赛。就在今天的比赛当中，完赛方能进入到明天最高级别要素级别比赛当中。所以对于我们的新手来讲，今天的完赛也是至关重要的。Welcome back. It is the qualifier for Longines FEI. Now we have the rider in the arena getting ready for this round. Chinese rider 2号 with Ice Blue Melusina.
Now competing, representing China, Wao Zhu, riding a 16-year-old stallion, Dutch warm blood, named Eyes Blue de la Sina, bred by Mr. Blue out of a Voltaire mare. Strong Dutch warm blood bloodlines. Nice jump over number 2. Lovely ride through 3-4 AB. Good. Now reorganize, balance a bit to the vertical here. Yes, well done. Into the triple combination. Good, very well ridden. Great effort over the Liverpool with the Oxer. And heading to the outside line here. Triple bar. 5 collected strides to the vertical. Easily done. One more fence to go. Oh, great job. Unfortunately, we had, I think, a couple time faults here. 2 time penalties and a time of 82.21. Clean over the jumps, but 2 time penalties on the clock.
Jockey representing Hong Kong, China, ready. Archery.
The next rider entering the arena, representing Hong Kong, China, Youngzhu Ling Yang, riding a 12-year-old gelding named Aikun L. It's a great experience for these young riders to be able to jump around. FEI classes. Oh, very well ridden there. Good, reorganizing and preparing to get to this triple combination. Great effort from the horse and rider. Strong ride to the Liverpool, a little bit of celebrating on the landing side. Good focus to that vertical, being patient, letting it come. Now we want to get to the base. Yes, to get across the width. Decided to do in 4 strides. Now just settle. Yes, what a great ride from this young rider. Time is 84.45. 4 penalties. We had 4 jumping penalties, but clean over the jumps.
Any further testing coming next, ready, enable lock.
Our next rider to join us in this meter 40 competition against the clock. Rider representing China, Jing Yang Zheng, riding an 11-year-old mare named Enabled Love. Horse just a little startled by the crowd, possibly the umbrella heading to fence number 1, but it's okay, we haven't crossed the timers. Here we go. I watched this horse and rider combination yesterday in the friendly warm-up class, and I was just really taken back by the power that this mare has. She's a little unorthodox in her way of going, but she gives 100% at the jumps. Beautifully ridden, unfortunately. Just a very light touch, a very light rub. The C element. And then we've just had the front rail of the oxer down at the Liverpool. Very well done. Excellent. Good. This rider's working very hard. Yes, it's a great ride by this young rider. She worked very hard to give her horse confidence. She had a time of 80.47 with 8 jumping penalties.
Returning rider, you can welcome me next with this 13-year-old today stallion named RAA.
Our next rider to compete here, representing China, we have Sheng Hao Yu. He's riding a 13-year-old stallion named Telobe Star RAA. Going over the course, allowing his horse to have a look, take in the show jumping arena, take a little look at the crowd. On our way to the first fence. Great effort. Over fence 1 and 2. Outside line. 4 stride to the combination. Fortunately, just left a little weak off the ground, jumping into the A element. We had the vertical down. And now have the front rail of the skinny oxer. Good, back on track. Heading to the triple combination. Good, very well ridden there. Easily over that Liverpool, big effort. Sweeping turn. Good. Now we want to ride to the base of this triple bar to get across the width. Great ride there, nice jump. And heading to the final fence. Lovely, finished up very well. Time of 73.21. 8 jumping penalties.
So far, players really clear round runners will look forward to more clear rounds. Here we have Veteran Packet representing China on Shin Wu.
Now joining us, representing China, we have Jen Ba, riding the 12-year-old mare, named Juan Lunzu. Nice way to start the course. It's a small mare, but very athletic. Very good. A little drift to the right there over the vertical, but the rider made it work. Bouncing into the triple combination. Unfortunately, we had a light rub at C element down. Very big effort at the oxer with the Liverpool. Sweeping turn back to the right. Good ride there. Lovely. I love this mare's expression. And heading to the last fence. Easily up and over the last fence. It was a great ride. 4 jumping penalties with a time of 76.79.
Today's coming next with Texas KDW is a 12-year-old Jockey representing Chinese Taipei.
Have our 30th horse in the arena now on the list. Rider Yi Sung Chen, riding the 12-year-old gelding Texas KDWZ. It's a Zhangshide bred horse. Good, easily over fence 1 and 2. Now heading into that collected 4 stride. Oh, light rub at B. It stayed in the cups. Good communicating there from the rider. Unfortunately, just had a slight drift to the right over the oxer at the A element. Ooh, the triple combination, we had that down. And then a little awkward off the ground to the oxer with the Liverpool, and we had the back rail down. Heading to the outside line. Great effort there. Really well jumped. And a wonderful way to finish. That last line was lovely. Time of 76.79. 8 jumping penalties. Next rider to compete in our meter 40 competition against the clock, we have our rider representing China, Zikaje Wopa, riding a 10-year-old gelding named Galishkunov DZ. Lovely, easy effort over fence 1 and 2. Now heading to the outside line. Oh, great effort through the combination. Turn back to the narrow oxer. Riders carrying a great pace around this course. Well, the horse read those jumps so nicely through that triple combination, knew exactly where he needed to place his body. Sweeping turn back to the vertical. A little weak off the ground, but the rider gave good encouragement there. Unfortunately, didn't quite make it across the width of that triple bar, had the back rail, the triple bar down. Excellent effort over the last fence. We have a time of 68.93 with 4 jumping penalties.
Pretending better or just develop ready one throw is a 15-year-old King Comedian.
All right, our next rider in the show jumping arena, representing China, Jiragala Irdeng, riding a 15-year-old stallion, Dutch bred, named Fan Chao. Nice through 1 and 2. Little awkward off the ground to the vertical, had that vertical down. Great recovery to the combination, big effort out over the B element. Very good through that bending line. Coming to the triple combination. Unfortunately, just a little crooked off the ground at the A element, had the front rail of the oxer down. Easily over the Liverpool. Sweeping turn back to this vertical. Oh, well ridden. Good, now we're coming to this outside line. Good, the horse really came back nicely there in the 5 strides. Unfortunately, just a light rub on the front rail of that final oxer. We have a time of 75.06
Finishing time for them is
with 12 jumping penalties.
Jockey coming next representing China, ready, yellow cap to glasses.
Our next rider in the arena, representing China, is Austin Zhang. He's an Olympian competing on the 9-year-old mare Galipette du Plessis. This is a Celle Francais mare. I had the pleasure of walking the course with him and going through his plan for his mare. And let's wish him the best of luck. So far, great over 1 and 2. Oh, expertly ridden through there. Knew he needed to make that mare just wait jumping into that combination. Now we need to wait. Now we need to wait. Yes, great ride. Into Liverpool. Yep. That was his plan. He stuck to it. All right. Now we'll have a moment to settle here. Big ride. Planned on 4 strides. Yep. Made the 4 strides work. Planned on 7 strides last oxer. It paid off. What a great ride. Time of 66. 66. 0 penalties. Our leader, ranked number 1. He walked the course. He told me his plan, the number of strides he was going to do in between the jumps, and he stuck to it. And it was a perfectly well-ridden round. Congratulations. All right, we just laid down the time to beat. Our next competitor is Zhao Kun Guo, representing China. He's riding the 11-year-old gelding, Jack Daniels SDO. This is a Dutch warmblood. Big effort over number 2. This horse has a great jumping style, tidy up front, powerful through the back leg. Quick in the air. Steady. Yes. Oh, light rub at sea. Stayed in the cups. Oh, unfortunately we didn't make the width of that oxer with the Liverpool. Had the back rail down. Nice ride to the base of that triple bar. Steady in 5. Well ridden. A beautiful effort over the last fence.
74.36.
Time of 74.36 with 4 jumping penalties.
Currently ranking the second place is Ella with her first competing horse. Now she's coming with Paul's left, this 13-year-old mare. Representing China, good luck for them. Now the time to beat is set just now by just 10:66.
This is the second horse for Ella Wang, representing China. She's currently sitting in second place on her first horse. This is a 13-year-old mare named Hoslinde. The Dutch warm-blood mare by the stallion Campbell VDL out of a Zeus mother. Oh, great effort there. Out over number 2. Inside turn, paid off. Good, this rider is so nice and quiet. She's an active horse underneath her, but her quiet body just allows the horse to curl over the jumps. Oh, wonderful effort there at the Liverpool. She's wanting to beat the time of her first horse. I can see it. It was very quick back to that vertical. Very well measured. All right. Let's get to that last fence. Oh, wonderful ride. What a day. Time of 63.33. 0 jumping penalties. New leader. Expertly ridden. Congratulations. That was a pleasure to watch.
German rider last moment coming in was Lord Jockey. Remember, the new time to beat is just at 63 points.
All right. We have our German rider joining us again, Lars Wollmer, on his second horse in this class. Is a 9-year-old stallion, Dutch warmblood, named Lord JB. This is a borrowed horse for Lars. He's only had a few days to get to know this horse. Huge effort at number 2. Look, just a little bit of the crowd there. Unfortunately had the vertical down jumping into that line. A lovely ride. Curled over that vertical. Really gave that horse a lot of confidence through that triple combination. Horse knew where he needed to be in balance. I'd say over the last couple of days of having Lars ride this horse has learned a lot. He's continued his education, moved up to the next level of show jumping. Oh, great ride. Textbook. Time of 73.24 with 4 jumping penalties.
Sprint riders last 4 days class, remember the new time to beat 63.73. Now we gain 4 to highest rider jumps down, ready to get through.
Next rider joining us, representing China, Xisheng Jing, riding the 10-year-old gelding, Victory. Easily over fence 1 and 2, taking a quick track line back, jumping into the outside line here. Oh, so careful jumping out to be able to turn inside to the narrow oxer. This rider is following a very quick track line around this course so far. Well ridden. Again, being very efficient where he's placing his horse in this ring. Good ride to the triple bar. Big steady there. Yep, paid off. All right. Last fence. Oh, well done. That was a great ride. Clear round, no penalties, a time of 65.30. And that's currently ranked in second place. Beautiful job. We're inviting our German rider back into the arena on her second horse. This is Katharina von Essen, riding her borrowed horse, a 9-year-old gelding named Castor. Katarina's only had a couple days to get to know this horse. This is a great test of horsemanship. Very nice. Over 1 and 2. Ride up a little bit into that combination. Unfortunately, he had the oxer down, the B element. Horse is just sticking back off her leg a little bit here. Back rail of the oxer down, clean over the vertical. Starting to work for it. Oh, that's grit. Great riding. That is great riding. She is working hard up there. Get this horse moving forward off of her leg. A little close in the 5 stride, had the vertical down. Good, but a great way to finish. Time of 78.48 with 12 jumping faults. Of our final rider joining us, 39th on our starting list, representing China, Louise Dong, on a 7-year-old gelding, young horse in this class, named Shakin Zi, a Zangerscheid bred horse. Here we go. Nice first fence. Oh, big scopy jump over fence number 2. Wow. Huge power out of that combination. Good. The This rider is doing a great job giving this young horse confidence to go around the arena, putting good mileage in. Yes, well done. Easily over that vertical. Now we have the last 3 jumps to go. Very nicely ridden. Light rub at the vertical, but no problem. Oh, unfortunately, just a misjudgment to that last oxer. The time of 83.79. That wraps up our World Cup qualifier competition against the clock at 1.40 meters. Our winner is Ellie Wang riding porcelain. The time of 63.33. Also sharing 4th place. Congratulations, great ride.
在今天的最后时段，我们将在5点30分为各位奉上130级别个人赛的比赛，也请各位参赛骑手做好准备。1.3 meter individual competition will be start at 5:30.
perfect. This is years and years of dedication. We have just witnessed one of the most memorable moments in the sport in this decade. What tremendous scenes!
What a showdown this is.
Love for horses isn't something you can stop.
Creating iconic moments in history.
To do the unimaginable.
Redefining the sport.
I just like to have happy horses to build that bond and that relationship.
What a round!
Oh, I'm just loving it to see these top combinations, how they can really shine when the pressure is on.
To stand the test of time, there are no limits.
The power to inspire, to captivate, to thrill. But the power of the sport is in the unseen moments.
Still have to be a guardian.
A formidable alliance to achieve unimaginable dreams.
Every stride tells a story.
首先，再一次恭喜获得今天140级别冠军的王云静。那么今天看到你2匹马发挥的都很稳定，然后你第2匹马之前是这样做的，plan 吗？
其实没有。我骑第1匹马的时候，我走的还算可以，挺快的。然后第2匹马，我今天没有打算骑得特别快，但是我看到我前面的骑手詹家也是我很好的朋友，骑得特别的快，所以我就想着我也稍微挑战一下。
那么还是再一次恭喜获得冠军的王云静，然后稍后我们会欣赏一下你的胜利骑乘，谢谢。
谢谢大家。
然后我们会继续邀请获得第2名的姜志祥。那么今天这样一轮路线，你和小 V 之前你其实很谦虚的说啊，和小 V 其实没有那么的默契啊或者什么，但是今天你们跳得很好，可以稍微分享一下今天小 V 的大概的一个整体表现吗？
因为小 V 配合几次以后，发现比赛之前需要，比如你下午比赛，上午需要进行一个训练活动，所以让他把身体那个能量稍微释放一下，所以他的注意力和专注力可能会在这场比赛发挥得更好。所以今天对于他的战术来说，可能我就是早晨给他就简单训练了一下，活动一下，将一天集中的精力分成上下午来运动，所以从操控回转上面可能就是好一些。
那么还是再次恭喜今天的胜利，谢谢。那么第3名张欣佳，我们的奥运旗手。今天的2匹其实状态完全不一样。第1匹马是有计划走那个4步吗？
对，第一批计划尝试一下4步，然后稍微有点远，最后一道也是就平了点儿。不过第一个上场嘛，所以就试一下。
然后第2匹马又是怎么又回到这个稳定的表现当中？
因为第2匹马本来它的步子就没有那么大，所以跟大家其他的马应该都差不多，所以该等的就等就可以。
好的，那么还是再次恭喜张欣佳获得今天的季军，我们也期待大家明天的表现，感谢。
女士们、先生们，再次欢迎您来到2025浪琴表国际马联场地障碍世界杯中国联赛北京站。Ladies and gentlemen, thanks again for Longines FEI Jump World Cup China League Beijing。我们140级别浪琴表世界杯资格赛的颁奖将在稍后进行，敬请期待。
女士们、先生们，2025浪琴表国际马联场地战世界杯中国联赛北京站140级别浪琴表世界杯资格赛颁奖仪式现在开始。Ladies and gentlemen, now is the victory ceremony for Longines FEI Jumping World Cup China League Beijing 1.4 meter World Cup Qualifier。有请获得冠亚季军的前3队人马组合入场。Now let's invite top 3 rider and horse combination to the arena。与此同时，我们也有请4位颁奖嘉宾入场。While at the same time, we would like to invite our prize-giving guests to the arena. Welcome。恭喜本级别冠军骑手来自中国的王玉静和他的 host lane 亚军姜志祥和他的小 V， 以及冠军以及季军张欣佳和他的 Gallopant Du Plessis。有请冠军骑手王玉静以及 Ella 来到我们场地的正中央。
女士们、先生们，140级别浪琴表世界杯资格赛的颁奖仪式正式开始。首先有请我们的颁奖嘉宾，国际马联副主席黄启芳先生，来为我们的获奖骑手颁发奖杯。
First of all, we would like to invite Mr. Jack Kwan, Vice President of International Equestrian Federation, to present the trophies for top 3 runners. Congratulations to the winner, Ella Wang Yunjing, riding host lane, representing China.
再次祝贺冠军骑手王运静这届 house lane 获得本级别比赛的第1名。
Moving on to the second place, Chinese rider Jiang Zhixiang, riding victory.
同样，我们也祝贺在本级别比赛当中获得第2名的骑手姜志祥和他的骑行伙伴小 V。
Congratulations to the third place in 1.4 meter World Cup Qualifier Chinese rider Zhang Xinjia, riding Gallopant Du Plessis。
我们也同样祝贺本级别比赛当中获得第3名的骑手张欣佳和他的车骑伙伴 Gallopant Du Plessis。感谢颁奖嘉宾，接下来有请浪琴表中国区副总裁谢奇先生来为我们的获奖骑手颁发支票卡。
Now let's invite Mr. Jack Xie, Vice President of Longines China, to present the check for top 3 runners. 再次恭喜冠军骑手 Ella 王运静和他的 host lane。获得亚军的是中国骑手姜志祥和他的小 V， 恭喜！奖券献给季军骑手，来自中国的张欣佳，侧骑 Gallopant Du Plessis。
让我们再一次祝贺3位骑手和他们的骑行伙伴在本级别比赛当中取得的好成绩。感谢颁奖嘉宾，接下来有请我们的颁奖嘉宾中国马术协会秘书长钟国伟先生来为我们的获奖骑手颁发花束。
Now, Mr. Zhou Guowei, the Secretary General of the Chinese Equestrian Association, will be presenting the rosette. Congratulations again to Ella Wang Yunjing from China with host lane, the winner of 1.4 meter World Cup Qualifier. The second place goes to Chinese rider Jiang Zhixiang, riding victory. Congratulations. And moving on to the third place, Chinese rider Zhang Xinjia with Gallopant Du Plessis.
再一次感谢我们的颁奖嘉宾，接下来有请北京市马术运动协会会长刘诗来，有请您为我们的获奖骑手来颁发奖牌。
Mr. Liu Shilai, President of Beijing Turf and Equestrian Association, will be presenting the medals for top 3 runners. 本级别获得季军的骑手是张欣佳，侧骑 Gallopant Du Plessis。亚军骑手来自中国的姜志祥和他
次感谢我们的颁奖嘉宾，有请我们的颁奖嘉宾和获奖旗手一起合影留念。
Now let's invite our prize giving guests to take a group photo together with top 3 runners. 获奖旗手也可以举起手中的奖牌和鲜花，看向我们的摄影师。有请4位颁奖嘉宾，也有请我们的摄影师记录下这样的一个美好的时刻。Now it's time to take a group photo. 再次感谢4位颁奖嘉宾，也让我们再次把热烈的掌声送给3位获奖旗手。
我们看到旗手们在马蹄上已经整装待发，稍后的颁奖环节，他们将为大家带来精彩的胜利骑乘环节。
女士们、先生们，与此同时，您也可以准备好您的掌声以及欢呼声。我们的时间将再次交还给获奖的3对人马组合。
好的，感谢颁送我们的颁奖嘉宾。接下来有请我们3位获奖骑手和你们心爱的马儿，在我们的比赛场地上驰骋飞扬吧。
Ladies and gentlemen, now the time for that of honor. Ladies by the winner for 1.4 meter World Cup Qualifier. 女士们、先生们，当我们的骑手路过您面前的时候，请您将最热烈的掌声和欢呼声献给他们。首先，热烈掌声献给冠军中国骑手王玉静和他的 Hostman。恭喜亚军骑手来自中国张志强和他的小兵，以及季军骑手张金佳和他的 Yellowback Two Flexes， 恭喜！
最后一圈的时刻是独属于我们冠军骑手王玉静和 Hostland 的冠军骑乘时刻，让我们再次为他掌声欢呼。是你们资格赛的比赛当中拔得头筹，也预祝各位骑手在明天的浪琴角世锦杯比赛当中取得佳绩。 好的，再一次感谢各位对于我们本次的颁奖仪式的关注。稍后我们还有精彩的赛事，敬请各位继续关注。
知道将在5点30分为各位介绍的是130级别个人赛的比赛。We'll see you back at 5:30 for 1.3 meter individual competition.
稍后见。